YouTube? Welcome in, welcome in. Nice to see you. We're over here on TikTok as well. YOLO White. Hello, Cindy, Sean, Sandy. How we doing, guys? How we doing? Happy Monday. Got rocks. Hello, hello. Hope your day is going phenomenal. For me, it was a Monday, but how's everybody doing? We are our first like minute in, so give it just a second. We'll have some people come in. I'm gonna share this real quick. Jay, what's up? Welcome in. How you doing? All right. Damn, we're down to one. We're down to one, but that's okay. Got rocks. Hello, hello. Welcome in, of course. But yeah, guys, give it just 1 minute. We'll get things going. If you are new here, every 1,000 likes, we visit our dear friend Penelope. So keep hitting the like button. Paco, what's up? Welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, damn, people are just not joining right now. All right, Larry, Rudy, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? What are we thinking about everything that's going on today? And I mean, just in the world in general right now, it's fucking crazy. I'm just gonna be honest. It is crazy. Glenn, welcome in. Nice to see you. And guys, please, please, please hit that like button. Jolena, hello. Welcome in, welcome back. Sorry, JP has just rediscovered his toy. Marge, hello, welcome in. How's everybody doing? Keep hitting the like button. And we're gonna get it started. And I think the first thing we really need to talk about, I was gonna wait till there were a few more people in here, but honestly, like it just needs to be said. I just made a video about it. But we have to stop with this way of thinking about war in as in good versus bad or hero versus villain. What we are doing right now, what we have are two terrible regimes that are opponents. And guess who doesn't win when that happens? The people. I'm so sick of them saying that they're here to save the Iranian people, yet they target their infrastructure, they target schools, hospitals. It's literally raining toxic oil. They can't even go outside on an entire civilian population. That is in fucking sane. And for them to literally, they tried to blame Iran for the elementary school, yet it was a Tomahawk, which, by the way, if you didn't know, is America's America's like the only one to use the Tomahawks involved in this situation. So it was us. And they tried to blame Iran. We knew that shit was us. Bernadette, hello, welcome in. Not gonna lie, Bernadette, every time I see that name, I'm a Big Bang Theory fan. So hello, welcome in. Luke, what's up? Hello, hello. Gabriel, hello. No Ryan yet tonight, but that's okay. We are 4 minutes in with almost 400 likes. Keep that like going and let me know in the comments what you guys want to talk about. I'll let you guys basically steer the conversation unless it gets a little too quiet. So take a break from the likes and put in the comments what you guys want to talk about. You don't like America, leave. Well, why should a US veteran have to leave if they're concerned about what a regime is doing? That's kind of ass backwards, if you ask me. Tan, hello, welcome in. Han, hello, hello. Why do we got to leave if we don't like what's going on in America? Shouldn't we actually stay because we love this country to make sure that it improves and gets better? Just saying. Your whole argument kind of falls apart there. Um, let's see, let's see. Oh, Diaper Dawn told oil tanker crews they must show some guts and sail through the Strait of Hormuz. That if you've never transited, I used to be in the Navy. If you've never transited the Strait of Hormuz, it's always been a historically tense transit, even when it's open. He is telling civilians to show some guts in a war that he started to distract from certain files. How are people okay with this? It doesn't make any sense. There's not even a post-conflict plan. It's just, oh, we're going to take out the regime and Iran, you figure out the rest. Your people figure out the rest. And we've seen that before. Shut my bitch ass up. No. If you don't like what I have to say, you can leave. Easy day. That's weird. By the way, just so we know, but the AI is already getting it wrong. Hopefully everything goes okay. Oh, mods, just so we know, just so we're at the start of this. If things start getting crazy in the chat, please, tonight, we're just blocking. We're just blocking them because I've gotten too many flags recently for things I'm not doing, and I don't want to get this banned. David says he's doing it for Israel, but like, why is he doing it for Israel? Because Israel has incriminating information on him, and it has to do with those files. And I'm sorry I have to say it in a certain way, but guys, we are almost at 1,000 likes. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and preheat old Penelope for us, because if you keep hitting that like button just a few more times, we're going to do a 5-second visit with Penelope. But yeah, no, it's absolutely like at the behest of Israel. I'm not going to say that it's not, but like it's for his own personal reasons. Yeah, BB is definitely his. Yeah, yeah, I can't say those words. I got to be really careful. But we did just hit 1,000 likes. Thank you guys so much. Let me go back over, see if anybody is over on YouTube. Not yet. Ryan might not come through tonight, but that's okay. It's nice to see all of you. And please, please, please like the live, share the live. Carolina, hello, welcome in and welcome back. We are just about to take our first visit with Penelope. Kathy, hello, hello. So give me 5 seconds and we'll be right back. And in that 5 seconds, hit the like button, hit the follow button, and I'll see you then. Hold on, guys. We're having some problems, but I will. I just got to preheat it a few times. I did not use this at all yesterday or today, so it's being difficult. But if you guys don't know, while we are preheating, we're going to preheat one more time. I'm Dana. This is Red, White, and WTF. Tomorrow is actually our 1-year anniversary / my birthday, but my political views really aren't all that political. I simply think that anyone should be able to do whatever they want as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also think that food, housing, education, and healthcare should be affordable and accessible for the working class. Notice how I didn't say anything about Republicans or Democrats? I spoke about what I want for the people. And that's why if you don't like the way things are going in America, you don't just fucking leave. You stay and do everything you can to make changes for the better. But Denise, welcome in. Give me 1 second. We're going to try Penelope again, and I'll be right back. Guys, I'm having some technical difficulties, but it's okay. We do have a backup. Give me 1 second. We do have a backup. So there we go. If I am looking down, I'm just like trying to get this connection going in the pen. These batteries are dope, but like they're kind of terrible at the same time. But put in the comments what you guys want to talk about. What we talked about so far is essentially that the reason we're in Iran is not for the reasons we're being told, and it needs to stop. Ariana, hello. Girl, I had a Monday. We had 4 events where I work at the nonprofit today, plus like regular Monday duties, plus an unexpected maintenance thing. It was a day, but it's okay. Bless. What is happening? Anyways, back to it. Um, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Andy Ogles, I think he's a representative from Tennessee. He might be a senator. Let's see. Um, but he literally just tweeted, or whatever the fuck you call it now. His words, not mine, that a certain type of people, um, I can't say certain things out loud, do not belong in American society. Pluralism is a lie. That should be immediately disqualifying for any fucking politician. These concentrations in every state are scary as fuck. It absolutely is scary as fuck. Like, it's crazy. Hold on. What an insult. Okay, are we not are we forgetting that Alligator Alcatraz, who by the way they've lost 2/3 of the people that were supposed to be transferred out, is still up and operating? They are based off CCOT. We know what CCOT is, and it is a modern day camp. And sorry I have to say it that way. I am not trying to dilute the severity of it, but we have to be very careful. Um, I know there's only four of us on here, but tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary, and I don't want to ruin and get banned right before that because it's happened before and we don't want it to happen again. Um, but yeah, he is oh yeah, he's a US representative for Tennessee's 5th congressional district since 2023. Yeah. It's disgusting. The fact that people are okay with this and don't consider this disqualifying is horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Also, the AI thing's popping up again. Do your loved ones care or do they just think you're overreacting? Well, I'm actually, me and my family are not on talking terms because of the way they choose to vote. They failed to see facts, and I could not keep myself in that environment for any longer. Um, but yeah, they always think I'm overreacting every time. You'll give them straight facts, multiple sources, proven studies, and they think it's fake. Fake news, they say. So I was done. Michael, hello, welcome in. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, bud. Guys, we are at 3,000. Give me 1 second. Do you ever think you fail to see facts? No, I'm actually open to seeing facts. So if you have some facts that disprove mine, please provide them with sources and I'll take a look. This whole live, this whole platform, it's not about me being right and other people being wrong. It's to build a community where we all learn together so we don't fall for the bullshit that our grandparents fell for, that our great grandparents fell for, that our parents fell for. Iraq, hello. I was a kid during that. But none of that made sense even when I was a kid. And my brother was in the military at the time. And then I went to go serve. But it still didn't make sense. And guys, by in no way am I saying that because I disagree with our actions in Iran, I'm not talking shit on service members who were there at all. I want you to know that. I support them, and most of them don't want to be there and are just as confused as we are. And the answers that service members have been getting when talking to military leadership, and I shit you not, you can read all the stories, it's been confirmed. Just 2 weekends ago, I believe, there were over 100 reports that military leadership, when being asked about the strikes in Iran, are saying that this is a holy war and it's God's will. Some are even going as far as to quote scripture from fucking Revelation referencing the Armageddon. Yeah, saying it's God's plan. I'm sorry, but are children losing their lives part of God's plan? I'm really asking because none of this, none of it makes sense. They literally think we have fucking rapture preppers who are in military leadership telling young 20-year-olds that this is all God's will. Diaper Don doesn't care about those lives. He doesn't care about civilian lives, military lives. He only cares about himself. And the sooner we fucking realize that, the better. I asked that too. I have an extremely Christian ex friend who always used to say that to me. Like, here's the thing, I grew up Southern Baptist. That's about as hellfire and brimstone as you can get. They are very intense. I wasn't evangelical. It wasn't evangelical, but it was Southern Baptist. And if you know, you know. So I know that when they talk about the Holy War, they're fucking serious. They're like the people that are saying that, no, they are brainwashed in a whole different way that is not MAGA. Just saying. Also, it'd be interesting, you guys look up MAGA and what it means in other languages. And if you've read anything about the Epstein files and some of the ritualistic practices they did, kind of kind of strange. And yes, I know that Make America Great Again was back in the Reagan days, but I mean, if you really trace the files, they go all the way back to Robert Maxwell and probably before him if you really get into it. But obviously, internet and sources weren't as available. Got you to 5K. Penelope time. It absolutely is. Let's try one more time with this one. But if not, I do have a backup. Don't worry. Don't worry. And thank you so much, everyone, for the 5K. This freaking thing, dude. All right, we're using the backup. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right. I think I got to mess with the connection or something again. Because, like, the battery's working, but it's just not hitting the cart. So, whatever. We'll deal with that after. This is more important right now. But I hope you all are having a better fucking Monday than I did. And tomorrow, still going live on my birthday. So be nice. It's going to be a fun live. But our official anniversary celebration for this channel is going to be on Friday, the 13th. I might bring back the Hot Ones challenge. We'll have some bevies. We'll have fun with it. It'll be fun. And I do want to thank you guys for a year of support. It's been absolutely fucking incredible. But let's get focused again. Let's go over to ground news. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, please put it in the chat and we'll get it going. But until then, let's see. If you guys didn't know, was massively, I'll see you tomorrow here. What, it was nice to see you. You should go hotter on the hot ones. That's the hottest one. What you mean? That's the last dab. I'll see if I can find another version before then though. But yeah, no, that's the last dab. I'm not doing DeBomb. DeBomb would ruin the whole live because I wouldn't be able to speak after. I've done it before, but like it's just it doesn't taste good. It's a waste of money. Like I've actually used the last dab and I regretted it, don't get me wrong, but I like dipped it in there and ate it with like a chicken tender, but like heavy dipped. I regretted it, but the taste of it's good. I appreciate hot sauce that has good taste. But once it loses taste and it's just burn, it's like that's disgusting. Oh, wow. Anthropic, which is the AI company behind Claude, which everyone switch to Claude. If you're going to fucking use AI, switch to Claude. It's the most ethical, but try not to use AI, please. Anthropic sues to block Pentagon blacklisting over AI use restrictions. If you did not know. So last week, basically, Anthropic and Pete Hegseth were fucking going at it. Trump as well. And the reason they were going at it is because they wanted to ensure contractually that if they had this or the former now contract with the Pentagon, that they would not use Claude or any of Anthropic's software for autonomous warfare, which means like I've got to say this in a certain way. If it's autonomous right now, if we send a drone or something like that over, it is a human. There's human oversight that presses the button. Obviously, it's more than just a button, but you get the point. If it's autonomous, no, they just hit whatever. They also wanted it contractually written that they will not use it for mass surveillance of Americans. An AI company stood up to the government because the government wanted to use their software for autonomous weapons and mass surveillance of Americans. That's nuts. And I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying they're perfect. I try to limit my use of AI. Unfortunately, my job makes me use it a lot of the time. That guy, Alan, hello. Welcome back and welcome in. Grayson over on YouTube says, well, China and America are now beefing again. I'm reading articles. Yeah, dude, Russia's already stepped in to back Iran. China is logistically going to help them. It's not looking good for us, guys. It's really not. I mean, people say, oh, they're fiscally responsible. That's why they voted for Diaper Dawn. Yet gas is the highest it's been in years. We are going into a war during a partial government shutdown. Like, isn't this everything we told you would happen that you swore you were voting against? Kind of weird. Kind of weird. It's almost like you had a choice and you chose wrong. Real wrong. 3 times wrong. Still didn't fucking learn. Still aren't learning. It's frustrating. If my country gets drawn in this, it's going to get ugly and I'm terrified. Grayson, have they done any more strikes towards Ecuador? Guys, if you don't know, over on YouTube, Grayson is from Ecuador, who we are also attacking, along with Cuba, Venezuela. It's still going after people in the Caribbean while they're all still trying to start a civil war within our country. It's crazy. America won't quit using my country as a proxy for war. I'm so fucking tired of this. My country doesn't have the financial means to protect itself. And they know that. That's the thing. And when they admit their regret, I can't believe them or trust them. Honestly, same. Danny, same. And here's why. I know we're supposed to be, and I've even said this on here before, that we need to be empathetic. As hard as it is, we need to be not best friends with them, but we, the people, need to join together. However, there are going to be a certain amount of the population who we will never change their mind. They will be the same ones that 20 years from now will lie and say they never voted for Trump, not one time. They might say one time, they might say twice. They will never admit to the latest election. They won't do it. Why allow T's to have nuclear world destruction weapon who aren't afraid to use them? Well, Matthew, here's my deal. Because to a lot of the Middle East right now, we look like the T word. Yeah. In my opinion, no nuclear weapons should exist at all. No country, especially not us. Sorry. I don't think it's possible. Because when you start a nuclear conflict, you're going to end the whole fucking world eventually. It's not just going to affect one country, it's going to affect everybody. So why are we advocating? And by the way, they said they took out all the nukes back in June in that unauthorized conflict. Then they said they were doing it for the protesters of Iran, as they were literally unaliving us for protesting in our country. And now they say they're doing it for regime change. The regime change happened. They got someone worse because in these attacks, the new leader, who was the son of the old leader, his wife was unalived. And he's more of a hardline than his dad was. So again, this is a playbook that has been used time and time again, and it's going to lead to the loss of thousands of lives, and people refuse to learn. It's insane. But even Fox News couldn't defend them striking elementary school, which is kind of crazy. If you say no nuclear weapons should be allowed, that's not solving anything. Can't change it now, so prevent it. Well, with diplomacy, with worldwide diplomacy, you actually could. If we had people who actually cared about their country's leading, because I believe that all people in power are corrupt. And they show it by the way they move. We can just watch how they move and we know they're corrupt, because if we had diplomacy and we could get every country to get rid of its nuclear weapons, guess what? Diaper Don doesn't want troops being unalived. So is that why he's not taking a draft off the table, even though he's a 5-time draft dodger? Is that why he said, yeah, we're probably going to lose American lives? Is that why our media is lying to us about the number of lives that have actually been lost? Is that why he literally told civilian oil tankers they need to get some guts and sail through the Strait of Hormuz? He doesn't care about our troops. He doesn't. And he's not the first president to not care about our troops either. I'm not saying that. I don't agree with multiple things that all the presidents in my lives have done, from Clinton through now. However, this man in particular does not give a fuck. Diplomacy, like Obama gave billions for them to ignore it. Again, I don't agree with everything that was done, but you say there's no way, and I'm saying there is a way. It's hard. It doesn't seem feasible a lot of the time, but there is a way. But, what do I know? Grayson over on YouTube says, I plan to run in my hometown of Tumbaco. I hope I said that correctly, to try to stop Diaper Don. But I'm so scared that MAGA is going to come after me. Honestly, TSA, if you guys saw the airport, MSY, bro, they were in the parking garage trying to get to their flights. In the parking garage. Ryan, hello. Nice to see you, bud. But yeah, no, don't forget, we're still in the middle of a government shutdown. And by the way, this war is costing us 860. Before I say a B or a M, hold on. Either way, it's insane. But I don't want to misquote, so I'm going to look it up right now. There was a study done. Oh my God. So this is interesting. This is interesting. So American studies are saying 891 million a day, which is in the first 4 days, $3.7 billion. There's a European study that says it's actually 1.43 billion a day. This is after the billions that we've already given to Israel. This is nuts. You can't say it's a Democratic shutdown when Republicans hold the majority. Like the numbers don't number. And the reason the government is shut down right now is because they are trying to push the SAVE Act, which is totally against the 24th Amendment. No poll tax. If you didn't know what that was, that means no poll tax. Like, what the fuck? It makes no sense. And guys, we're already at 7,000. Thank you guys so much. We are almost 30 minutes in, almost halfway there. Ryan, it's going okay. We got a few people who still don't understand the hypocrisy of us being in Iran right now over on TikTok. I'm sure you can see that in the comments on here. But yeah. What's a poll tax? So, Jay, a poll tax, you used to literally have to pay certain, you would have to pay to vote. There were fees. The reason this was um, gotten rid of is because it disenfranchises people who are poor, people that don't have great opportunities. We're not supposed to, it is a right to vote. You shouldn't have to pay for that. What the SAVE Act is going to do, not only will you have to re-register in person every single time you move, you have to provide not only ID, proof of citizenship. A lot of people, like my last name, for example, my last name is not the same as it was on my birth certificate. I was adopted. I was adopted at 5. My last name is not the same, so I would need a passport. That's the only way to do it. So I would have to pay $180, whatever it is, to have a passport to prove that I am a citizen, even though I already have a real ID, but apparently that doesn't work anymore either, to vote. It's crazy. We hate being in Iran. Are you deployed right now? Well, actually, don't say that. Don't answer that if you are. Please don't answer that. I don't want to break OPSEC, nothing like that. Please don't tell me. Sounds like a lefty. It's not really a lefty. I mean, my views are kind of not that political. I think anyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want, as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything, or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also think that food, housing, education, healthcare should be affordable and accessible for the working class. Notice I didn't say anything about Republicans, Democrats. I do believe in duality in terms of I don't think we should have an open border, but our immigration system needs absolute reform. Two things can be true, just like two things can be true for Iran. It's not good versus evil. It's not hero versus villain. It is a corrupt regime versus a corrupt regime using all legitimate resources in corrupt ways. Exploitation. Yeah, lefty. Aw. Oh, I'm a lefty because I want people to be able to afford food and homes. I'm a lefty because I think it's unfair that working class tax dollars go to billionaire tax cuts. That's kind of weird because I don't agree with Democrats either. I think politicians on both sides, I talk about this all the time, are both corrupt. Career politicians are corrupt. If they're taking PAC money, I'm done. I'm fucking done because you can't tell me that APAC, who funds both Democrats and Republicans to vote pro Israel policies, if they're both voting pro Israel, who the fuck is voting for the American people? We need reform. All of it. I'm not saying destroy the infrastructure, I'm not saying that, but we need reform and we need reform from within. Ryan says, I got in trouble on TikTok, so only YouTube for me today. No worries, Ryan. Glad to see you over here. I'm sorry you got in trouble. Obviously, I've been getting flagged for things I'm not doing, but we're trying to be super careful and follow the guidelines today, guys. We are at 11,000. Thank you so, so, so much. I'm going to visit our backup again. It's not original Penelope, but the infrastructure needs reform. Well, when I say infrastructure, yes, the systems do need reform, but I mean, don't destroy the physical infrastructure. Darren, thank you so much for the follow. That's what I mean by that. The Constitution protects oligarchs. Honestly, it does. That's the thing. It does. I did take an oath to the Constitution. I'm now a veteran. But it left a lot of questions because either it was a setup from the beginning and we were all played for fools for centuries, or no one thought it could possibly get this fucking bad. And here's the thing, both things can also be true in that. Both things can also be true. Just saying. So, guys, we're going to go visit the backup real quick. But yeah, so Mamdani had explosives thrown in his house this weekend. If you guys did not know, he is okay. He is safe. Um, Jake Lang, I believe, was part of it. How does it protect oligarchs? Okay. I'm gonna read you. We're gonna do this together, and I'm breaking it down so everyone understands. We're gonna start with the definition of oligarch, and I'm gonna give you the exact um, definition. A small group of people, oligarchy is a small group of people having control of a country, organization, or institution. Um, so we start with that. What it really is the wealthiest citizens deploy unique and concentrated power resources to defend their unique minority interests. I thought they threw it at what? No, it was at Mamdani's house. It was at Mamdani's house. Um, but so we know the definition of oligarchy, and we know right now we've seen it since the inauguration. Companies have bowed down to him essentially. And it seems that those who are wealthy right now, because during war, the rich get richer because they have assets. So the dollar goes down, their asset becomes worth more. Those who live on income, myself, probably most of you, we get poorer. The poor will always suffer at the hands of the rich, plain and simple. So, how does the Constitution protect oligarchs? Everything that is being allowed to happen right now is being allowed for things like the Supreme Court not having any fucking oversight and having lifelong appointments. Things that are happening right now are happening, even in violation of the Constitution. There's no one there to fucking enforce it. Our DOJ is corrupt. So who's going to punish them? I agree, it does that. But when they have all become corrupt or complicit, one of the two C's, guess what? That contributes to the oligarchy. Because don't you for a second think our politicians are not getting fucking rich off this shit. I mean, we had Chuck Schumer. If you guys want me to pick on, Democrats for a minute, we've had Chuck Schumer many times, but most recently a couple weeks ago, say that he will do whatever it takes to get Israel all the funding it needs. As he writes strongly worded letters about Americans losing their lives practicing their First Amendment rights here in this country. And that's a perfect fucking example. He needs to fucking go. So does Hakeem Jeffries. So does Cory Booker. And you know what? I'm gonna fact check it again. I'm gonna go through the list, but there's the APAC tracker. Guess who ended up on it? James Tallarico. Yeah, James Tallarico. If you guys didn't know, James Tallarico is a white Democratic politician who just won an election against Jasmine Crockett in Texas. Now, a lot of people didn't vote for Crockett because she had taken in the past APAC money, disclosed it, vowed not to take it again. She took accountability. That wasn't enough for some people. I brought up the fact that Trump's number 3 highest donor was James Tallarico's number 1 highest donor. That sends up red flags. And now we find out, allegedly, I still need to check, that James Tallarico also accepts APAC money. So again, we have failed yet another highly qualified woman of color for a mediocre white man. I'm not saying he's a bad person. It does concern me. I like the way he speaks about his religion. However, it concerns me that he brings it up at every time he fucking speaks because separation of church and power is the only way out of this, as they're saying this is a holy war. America's not doing well, absolutely. Term limits, harsh punishment for insider trading, and dereliction of duty. Honestly, just accountability in general. Hold the monsters in the files. Fucking accountable. Do things. Term limits, absolutely. I think there should be term limits on every elected position. I also think the Supreme Court should not be a lifelong appointment. There should be terms. And the people, since it's the only court in the land with zero oversight and it's appointed by the president, which again, the Constitution is contributing to the oligarchy. Hello, no bueno. The people should get to vote them in. And I don't mean the Electoral College, also an age limit. If there is a minimum age to run, there should be a maximum age to serve. We And here's why. It's not ageism. It's that when you enter into that, most people that are running right now have already held terms before that are of a higher age. Now, with that, they have been in a whole different world for years, some decades, some multiple decades. They don't know the America that they govern anymore. Put simply, they don't. Now, if you put a term limit where it's maximum 8 years, some people say 10. I prefer 8. Let's just keep it 8. Everybody can remember. 2 terms. Let's just do 2 4s, whatever. They still know the America that they are governing. When it gets to a certain point where you just like hand it down to the next guy that's been waiting in line, like that is not a way to do things. And it's been something that traditionally Democrats have done. And I highly disagree with it. One time we didn't do that is when Barack Obama ran. And look how fucking good that turned out. We love Barack. I don't agree with everything he did. I don't agree with the drones. I don't agree with a lot, but best president of my life. Plain and simple. And I'll be 33 tomorrow. And that might be a hot take, but let it be a hot take. Raphael, welcome in. And guys, if you haven't hit follow yet, please, please, please do. But if not, that's cool too. The reason I say hit follow, one, it supports me. It's absolutely free, and you'll see every time I go live. If you like these lives and you want to see more of them, we're also over on YouTube, and the lives save after, so you can always go back and watch. But even the young bloods in Congress are compromised, though. Jason, I agree. I agree. I mean, we just talked about James Tallarico, but but it's not everyone. That's the thing. If we could get the Democratic Party to actually have progressive views again, because the Democratic Party today would be considered far right back when I was born. It's shifted. We need more progressive policies. Plain and simple. Ryan says, how's the TikTok live going as far as numbers? Only 6, Ryan. I feel like we're going to have slow crowds for a while after getting those 2 flags when I did absolutely nothing. But, people will get mad. That guy, Alan, it's nice to see you in here. It's been a little bit. We are almost at 15K. I'll visit our backup again. But yeah, no, even the young bloods in office, they're not perfect, but I would definitely rather a government run by people as passionate as AOC. I want to say Mamdani. I want to give him a little bit longer to form a full opinion, but I like what he's done so far. I mean, during that blizzard, people from New York that have lived there their whole lives has never seen the streets that fucking clean that fast. Oh, I'm sorry. Conservative. I don't apply lotions or ointments liberally, so I'm conservative. Wait, what? I don't think I'm getting the joke, and I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just not getting it today. Uh yeah, Ryan, it's no bueno, but it's okay. We'll still hang out with you guys. We have 21 minutes left. We are at 15K. I'm gonna go visit my friend, and then I'll be right back. But one thing, they might try to go after our rights. They might try to go after our freedoms, our bodily autonomy for some of us. One thing they're never gonna get is our joy. And if you have had a rough Monday, I did. I want to give you guys some free joy in seeing JP, because this boy will make anyone's day better. He's such a cute little guy. He's our little mascot if you are new here. You got anything to say? No, not today? Oh. Are you feeling bashful? Yeah? All right. You can go back. Go back. Go ahead. I got you. I got you. You don't got to jump. I got you. He's getting old, guys. He's like starting to get nervous about his jumps. So, oh, they said JP for the win. Such a handsome boy. Such a handsome boy. All right, we're back. He is a runt. He was rescued from a dog farm, but he is a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel mixed with a Cocker Spaniel. But he's a runt, so he looks a little off. But we love him, and he's cute, and he is full grown. He's almost 9. He'll be 9 in May. So don't fall for the puppy act, because that ain't him. But let's go back over to Ground News. You guys put in the comments what you guys want to talk about. And yes, if you are new here, I mention Ground News a lot. I still want a sponsorship from them. The reason I like Ground News is they have both domestic and international news sources. They have news sources left, right, center. They let you know the factuality. For the plan I'm on, it's $40 for the entire year. Ground News, if you wanted to sponsor me and just give me that plan, or preferably the Vantage plan, for free. I plug you every single live, every single live. So please. They said you're an angel. Jolena, you don't know him well enough. You really don't. Also, we're still, getting watched. But Way and Carlos, welcome in. Mm, interesting. If you guys didn't know, the Alexander brothers, who are like top New York real estate brokers, were convicted of sex, affixing, in a trial. So at least in New York, they are starting to hold people accountable. I don't know if they were in the files, but kind of the same shit, you know? Oh, has anyone seen the women of Paris protesting? I saw it on Brute. I don't want to give a trigger warning. I will give an 18 and over warning. Um, the fact that it was even allowed to be on TikTok is kind of crazy, but it's incredible. It's incredible. Oh, they were in the files, Dirty Bad. Well, there we go. So things are starting. It's not where I want them to start, but we have to keep the ball rolling. We need momentum. We need momentum. Jolena, that it was incredible to me. I mean, they know art. They know art. They know how to be heard. They know what to do. Um, Sorry guys. I got to work text real quick. Actually, no. No, I'm clocked out. I'm hourly. Blue Moon, hello. It's nice to see you. I can't say your name because it's gonna flag me, but welcome in. I'm gonna say GGF or GGF. We'll just say that. But yeah, we're at 15K by the way. Keep hitting that like button. We'll keep growing. Um, but let's see what else is going on. National Parks announced the return of Mount Rushmore July 4th fireworks. That's a waste of fucking money. Just saying. This is so stupid. Now they're saying the explosives thrown near New York City, near Mamdani's residence, investigated as ISIS related T word. Patricia, thank you so much for the heart me and welcome to the fan club. Yeah, that I'm not believing shit. What else I'm also very fucking skeptical of, and I think it could possibly be an inside job. Guys, give me one second. I gotta plug up my phone. Um, Wait, Blue Moon, what did I say that's whatever to? Um, I think because now they're saying that we've received intelligence, possibly from Iran. It's a lot of possiblies, a lot of likelies, nothing concrete. That Iran may be activating sleeper cells. I'm going to call bullshit and I'm going to say it's going to be an inside job. If something happens here, it's going to be an inside job. I mean, the president literally said that, yeah, Americans here should be worried. Or he said, yeah, I guess, very nonchalantly. Maybe both. I mean, it could be both, Blue Moon. It absolutely could be both. But the reason I'm saying this is because they literally looked in the camera and blamed Iran for what happened at that elementary school. And then we find out it was a Tomahawk missile used. And Tomahawks are only used in this particular conflict by the people involved by America. So they're already trying to spin that narrative. There's already been speculation, and this is all alleged. I don't know if I believe it or not. But they're saying that what's happening right now is like a lot of it's not from Iran. We'll just say it seems self inflicted from is not real. That 24-year-old Doge guy runs out anti terrorism. Wait, hold on. Which one? Are you talking about? I don't even know if I can say it. The balls one? Blue balls or big balls, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me either. Dude, here's the thing, I can't say it for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. Rohan, welcome in, welcome in. Nice to see you. But yeah, no, I mean, they're putting people, just aggressively underqualified people in charge, and they're doing it on purpose because the people that are actually calling the shots, we don't see on camera that much anymore. Truthfully, what we see on camera are people that are there to be mouthpieces and to be the fall guy. BB is bailed and unaliving his own people. Absolutely. You would recognize him. The Doge guy, 24-year-old. Um, are you talking about Cole Killian? I I'm not sure, but yeah. I Cujo, welcome in. I wouldn't be surprised if those speculations are correct. I am not saying they are. They are all alleged, but wouldn't be the first time. And I will say that. And again, this is not an attack on our military service members. That's not what I'm saying with this. I'm not saying they, how dare they deploy, things like that. But I will remind you that corrupt regimes, he's been a grocery stock guy and they put him in charge of national security. That's crazy. But what I will say, oh, I lost it. Oh, is that corrupt regimes use legitimate resources in corrupt ways. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say in regards to that. Let's see what else is going on over on ground news. U.S. military says U.S. service member was unalived of injuries sustained during an Iranian attack on U.S. troops in Saudi Arabia. And just so you guys know, please look at international sources. Look at multiple. I really like Al Jazeera. They're very credible. You don't really hear opinions on there, you just see facts. There's Al Jazeera English here on TikTok. Stay on TikTok forever. All hell TikTok. Um, we got to do what we got to do. Um, look up, I mean, Korean News is doing a great job. Um, I've seen a lot of people, and the numbers they're saying, all the, we'll just put it this way, all of the international sources are reporting the same numbers. Who's not are the two countries who attacked Iran. Germany can't keep up with the casualties. Absolutely not. They closed their labor and delivery unit in, I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, like the largest military hospital in that region, if not the world. Um, it's, they're lying. They're literally lying to us. And if you don't think I just encourage you, please just look up, take 5 minutes and look up what they're saying. Because when the rest of the world has one narrative and it's consistent and it's credible, but we have a completely different narrative, we should be very fucking concerned. Let's see. Mm. Oh, wow. See, and this is another thing that drives me crazy. For the second time, a judge rules top DOJ officials in New Jersey are serving unlawfully, yet nothing's fucking changing. Oh, I agree, Blue Moon. I absolutely agree that the numbers are that, if not more. If you guys have not, also look up, I'm going to write it on here. I'm not going to say it. One second, guys. Look up what's happening at this place right now. They are getting their shit rocked. Rocked. Russia's selling oil to the world again, and Israel blowing everything up. Yeah. I think it's Trump doing this to benefit Bibi and Putin. Well, here's the thing. Everyone's trying to say that, like, Trump and Putin are best friends. I think Trump was just his useful idiot. It did my it's these batteries, dude. I got to get a different one. They just freaking broke. Oh my God, that makes me so angry. Oh, this is the second battery of this. So, Wolf, your batteries are trash. This is the second one in 3 months. Anyways, Russia is on Iran's side. All roads lead back to Putin and Bibi. And Bibi. I think there is a lot of, mutual benefit for all of the corrupt through this. But like, right? It's like I can't even keep up because it seems just like we get a year's worth of national headlines in one day. Also, they're still watching. Just so you guys know. But yeah, no, Trump told, what was his exact words? I know it'll pop up here soon, or maybe not. But yeah, no, Trump is literally saying that like oil tankers need to have some guts and go through the Strait of Hormuz. That's just, and to me, that is insane. Because when you go through there, legacy media does not cover, and neither does mainstream media, neither does American mainstream media. Please look up international sources. It is getting so bad, and it has been so bad, they are now translating to English so we can get this. That's crazy. I mean, just a month ago, we had Germany, of all places, essentially say, I'm paraphrasing, that Diaper Dawn was the second coming of Schindler. And I think they would know. Joey, hello. How are you? How are you? I think they would know personally because, oh, yeah, they've experienced it and they don't try to wash away their history, or they're not wiping away their history. People may try, but they're not wiping away their history. Obviously, people, when we were growing up, lied about having voted for Schindler. I digress, but they still have museums dedicated to that. So the people see, they feel that empathy, and they make sure they do everything they can to avoid that shit. That's what we need to do. Whitewashing our history here in the US is only going to cause more harm. And if it's a bad story against people that look like me, well, maybe people that look like me shouldn't have done bad things. Just saying. Just saying. If you don't want to go down in history as a terrible person, maybe don't be a terrible person. I mean, we already know that people like that think that when we saw like Black Lives Matter and things like that, they always think that like pro black movements or pro any other thing that's not, white men, no offense to white men, it's not all. It is a big majority, but not all are anti-white because most pro-white groups are anti everything else. That's why they're trying to whitewash this history. Here's the thing, all lives do matter, but white people use that to take away, saying that Black Lives Matter was anti-white. That's the example I'm trying to give. Um, and it's because historically, traditionally, factually, pro-white movements have always been anti everything else. And that, I know it does diminish it a little bit when I have to say it that way, but I do have to be careful because we only have 6 minutes left in here. I don't know if we can get to 20,000 likes. It's been a slow night, but if you guys want to tap that screen, that would be absolutely incredible. And for the last, I will do an 8-second visit with my backup. Um, and then I'll, see you guys after for tomorrow. Annie, hello. Welcome in, welcome back. We're at 17 right now. Joey, thank you for the likes. Jolena, thank you for the likes. Let me check over on YouTube that I haven't missed anything. Nope, we are still good. Um, let's see what else. Also, you guys should see what the rain looks like in Tehran. It's terrifying. It's literally black and toxic. Um, I'm trying to see if anything else is really going on. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Lawmakers shaped by combat after 9/11 are now grappling with a new Mideast war. And by the way, we have never won a war um, by not having boots on the ground. I do want people to know that. In our history, it has not happened. Um, so I think boots will be on the ground. I give it 2.5 weeks. Um, if this goes on longer than 6 months, I'd say a draft would happen. Please do, Blue Moon. Please do. I'm not saying this is guaranteed. This is just my approximation, but I've been pretty spot on so far. Australia grants asylum to 5 members of Iranian women's soccer team. Good for Australia. Um, let's see. U.S. stocks erase a big early loss and rise after oil prices whip from nearly 120 back below 90. Nope. That ain't right. Sorry, guys. I'm reading just a little bit. Analysts warn, there it is. Analysts, so it's just these headlines you got to really read because analysts warn oil will actually likely fluctuate at elevated levels for weeks, reviving global inflation and weighing on economic growth. The last time oil rose above $100 was shortly after Russia invaded Ukraine. Yeah, Joey, we were talking about this earlier. They are not being honest about the numbers, and that's why I was telling people to go look at international sources because sources, credible sources from different countries, all have similar numbers. Obviously, it's not going to be exact on the money because these attacks are still happening, but they all have similar numbers. We have been told single digits. If you've seen any of the footage, they are lighting our bases up. Also, by the way, Iran did say any country can access the Strait of Hormuz if they expel US and Israeli ambassadors. Joey, I encourage you to look it up. If you look at one video, I think you'll understand because look at whatever video you look at. There will probably be multiple missiles. Um, know that that is happening nonstop and has been for over a week. There is no possible way it is only 7. And the people that are saying it is only singular digits, one, you're not going to hear, I haven't heard one veteran say that. Not one. You see it from like Gravy Seals. But I want to end this live on something that I find funny. And it's that, in that cushy little Blizzard Brigade contract that they signed for that bonus, they could be deployed to have to deal with this. Now, this is just the HSI side of it, who does typically receive more training, still not enough, but they're not going to be so happy now with their little DEATH cards and their stupid little challenge coins that are morbid as fuck. But I think, it's ridiculous that a draft dodger is not ruling out a draft. And people are commending him for it. It's like he literally ran and said he was going to be the president of peace, no new wars. He was going to end all the wars. He hasn't ended shit. And he started multiple conflicts. And they still support him. It's insane. Guys, we got 1 minute to get less than 700. Let's keep it going. I'm going to help you guys out. If there's any little last things you guys want to talk about in the comments, please let me know because we got 1 minute left. Tomorrow, again, is going to be a little bit fun. It's not the official celebration of the channel's 1 year, even though tomorrow is the 1 year mark, along with my birthday. But Friday the 13th, we are going to go live from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That means it's going to start at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain. With that being said, it's going to be fun. Maybe I'll try some new Hot One sauces. We'll have some bevies. I will have one of these that works by then. And thank you for the happy early birthday. But tomorrow, we're just going to have a little bit of fun. We'll see how it goes. But we did reach 20K, which means 8 seconds. So give me 1 second. Or 8, rather. Whew! And with that, everyone, happy Monday. It's okay, Joey. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thank you all for everything today. I know it wasn't like a super gift heavy day, but thank you for all the heart me's, for the roses. I do appreciate you all. And I hope you have a great night. And remember, if today was hard, the week only gets better from here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. All right, YouTube, that is it for us as well. We did reach our goal, which I didn't realize. I think it might have been Dirty Bad. Always spoiling me. Shout out Dirty Bad. Got a whole 15 cents, but I am going to end it here. Brian, thank you so much for watching. Grayson, if you're still in here, it's nice to see you. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.